Hey, welcome to the Hunt League Man Cave. Today we're going to do an in-depth pack review on many of today's most popular packs. So in this video, we are comparing the best of the best. There's not one pack in here that is not worth looking at and not worth your time. I believe if you were to buy any one of these packs, you could be very happy with it, and you could very well think it might be the best pack on the planet. However, I want to give you my in-depth look at each of these packs. What we're not going to do is go over each of the internal systems of every pack, every pocket, every accessory. It's not a in-depth study of each pack. It's more of a look at the pack system. Now, some of these packs are a couple years old. Some of them have had updates. I know I have the XO K3 pack, which is the one that I've tested. I've never tested the K4, which they just released. So obviously there's still some research to do, but without further ado, let's dive into the packs and what I love about them. To get us started, we've got the Kifaru packs. Kifaru is arguably one of the best backpacks in the West. Some of the stuff that I love about Kifaru is they are definitely at the top of being able to carry heavy loads and carry heavy loads comfortably. That's a big deal, especially if you've got an elk down deep in the backcountry. If you're hunting a mule deer, I think there's other packs that you might enjoy just as much. Some of the things that I love about Kifaru is they are super versatile. Like, they have a million different pack options. It's actually one of the things that is the most confusing about their pack, where when you go to look and see, all right, what Kifaru pack do I want? It actually becomes really hard. Like, well, what accessories do I need and what? Because they just have it's like a Build-A-Bear. I don't know how to describe it. Like, you got a million different options. And, you know, with all their stuff, they've got tons of mole webbing, and the mole webbing is great. But then with every bit of mole webbing, you got like, well, do I want this pack? Do I want this accessory part? You know, if I open up, you know, the lid, you know, you've got all these other things where, yeah, you can attach Hunter Orange and you can do that, which all the packs should have, and you can have accessories. But, you know, it's just like, well, do I like this pack better than, you know, the Sherman pack? So right here, we've got the mini keg, which is kind of your internal frame pack. It does not have kind of support beams going across the top, so it's a little bit flexible there. Super rigid going down. It's not really built for your multi-day backpacking stuff. We're not going to dive into this, but I will tell you, if I was going to buy one pack from Kifaru to take on a multi-day backcountry hunt, it would be the Maudus. The Maudus is a gigantic pack. Now, this one is not connected to the frame. The frame for that is right here, which is connected to the Straight Jacket pack, which is also a super good, versatile pack. But if I'm going with one pack from Kifaru, it is their main frame with this Maudus pack. It is, I love the way that it opens. Boom. You can access all of your gear super easy, and it is ginormous. Again, mole webbing. Some of you guys that love the mole webbing know that, yeah, you can attach anything you want. I just don't know that I'm the guy that loves to like attach. I just kind of like things simple. Like, can I just have a backpack that is connected to the frame, and I can just stuff everything in it, and I don't have to worry about this accessory, this accessory, this accessory. With that said, I do have a lot of accessory packs, which you'll see for all the brands of packs that I use. But let's talk about what Kifaru did incredibly well in the testing. So we're reviewing the Kifaru, the QU, Initial Ascent, Mystery Ranch, XO, and AKEK packs. Those are the 6 packs. Certainly there are some other packs that you may want to take a deeper look at. You know, you've obviously got Sitka, you've got Stone Glacier, you've got Badlands, you've got Eberly Stock. Those are great pack companies. They're just not a part of this test that we're doing today. But if I was going to give you a quick review of Kifaru, how it has worked for me, here's what I would say. Price point on Kifaru, it's right up there at the top. Probably the most expensive system, especially when you start adding all the accessories. Nothing about Kifaru's system is inexpensive. So when it comes to price point against the other packs in this, I put Kifaru actually at the bottom. If you want to buy a Kifaru pack, get ready to break open your wallet. You're going to sweat. You're going to cry. It is painful. Kifaru makes high quality gear. They stand behind their gear. You're not going to have to replace it. Super durable. and you are going to love the performance you get out of your gear. So I'm not steering you away from it. I'm just saying, hey, it is very expensive, and it's hard to figure out what exactly you want from Kifaru because they have so many options to choose from. It's hard to build your pack system. I find their site and their system the most difficult of all the systems to navigate in terms of what do I actually want, especially if you're left to just ordering something blind online. Like, everybody wants to be able to like see, feel, touch. How does it actually look compared to this one? Without being able to try all these packs on, you're going to have to take my word, my rating for it. Every pack fits people different, but let's dive into the rating system knowing that when we start with price, Kifaru is at the top of the list. Fit and finish. I rank Kifaru 5 on my fit and finish. That's not the best. 1 is the best again. 5 is kind of on the lower end or the extreme back end. I think Kifaru and Initial Ascent, just in my personal opinion, they're not my favorite looking packs. There's, I don't know if it's just either the simplicity, the bulkiness, the mole webbing, all the stuff. If I'm just rating it, is that subjective? Absolutely. Are some like people going to absolutely love the look of these more than the look of others? Absolutely. So you can take that one with a grain of salt. When it comes to their strap system, one of the things that I love about their setup is they have locking straps. So like if I can pull this through, but they have like a little lever here that you have to use. One, I guess, pro and con of this is it does take 2 hands to pretty much operate. So if I want to loosen this, tighten this, there's a little lever thing here that I can pull on, and that's going to allow me to to slide this. The beautiful thing about this is once I pull this through and secure it, this does not slide and move. This is the same buckle system that Mystery Ranch uses. It's a phenomenal system. If you want to get your pack super nice and tight and you don't want it wiggling or moving around on you, this is your ticket. But can it be a little bit burdensome? Yeah. But can you slide it? Absolutely. So strap system, great. Suspension. When we talk about the suspension, I'm talking about shoulder straps, the suspension, the way that it attaches to the frame. This is what I'm talking about. I rated Kifaru as the #1 suspension of all the packs I tested. When I look at it independent of, like, if just visually looking at it and feeling it, I actually wouldn't think it would come out on top. It is rather thin compared to some of the others. It's the padding in it is pretty dense. It doesn't look like it would breathe as well. And honestly, it doesn't breathe as well as some of the other packs. However, under load and on long hikes, it is super comfortable. The other thing that I love is how the suspension attaches to the frame. It's just versatile, and it is super stout and strong, and there's never a point where you don't feel like you have a solid connection with this pack system. So in terms of suspension, Kifaru actually hits #1. Organization and access. When I talk about organization and access, I'm talking about, just the way that the pack is laid out. Again, the Modus would be my favorite of their packs. Great spot. I like how they have a fully enclosed, and I like how the zipper zips up so that if you have something longer, like hiking poles, you can extend out. They have, again, packs on top of packs, which actually I rank them a little bit lower on this because I'm not a huge fan of packs on top of packs. But they do have pretty streamlined, organized. I like how easy it is to kind of access everything. But in terms of where I rank them, I actually ranked Kifaru at #5 out of 6, just because I like some of the other pack systems organization a little bit better. That is really not a knock because they have a pretty good layout. So let's talk about versatility. Versatility, I ranked them #1. Again, they have a million options in their store. You can go, like if we just dove into the packs that I have sitting on here, like if you look at this straight jacket pack and what you could do, this is a super streamlined setup for a day pack. Sorry, I don't have it all buttoned up. But if you look at how this actually operates, you undo a couple clips, this thing fully opens, and then you've got these almost like wings that you can stuff a giant pack in here. This becomes kind of the sides of the pack, kind of containing it. This will strap up and over, and you've got a super versatile system. And this is just, again, one of their pack system. This is all kind of one complete system. And this is their straight jacket. That's super versatile, but then you add how quick and easy it is to swap in the field. If I wanted to take this pack and run this as my day pack, because I don't really like the size of the Modus, super simple. I turn this over. You can check these out on the more online, but I undo a couple straps, you know, get the load lifters off. This pack will come right apart. Super simple to kind of reconnect. So in terms of versatility, Kifaru is right at the top of my list. Probably the most versatile pack on the market. Simplicity though, I'd rank Kifaru number 4 on the simplicity. Load management and weight. This is carrying a heavy load. You know, I've got 40-pound bags that I'll stack in, so I'll go 40, 80, 120 pounds just to feel. I didn't do a 200-pound test, didn't do a 180-pound test. I don't really ever plan to do that. I may go on a moose hunt and someday want a 150-pound load. I just didn't do that in my testing, but I can tell you, in my testing, this one came out almost equal to, right at the top with the initial ascent pack. I gave the initial ascent pack the edge because I just felt like the way the initial ascent pack carries the load, how secure it feels to my back, and the weight distribution. I don't know what it is, but the initial ascent pack took the prize. Kifaru came in at second place, but a very close second. And I would say Kifaru and initial ascent distanced themselves from the pack when it came to actually heavy loads. When you put 120 pounds on these packs and you asked me to go hike for a couple miles, by far the 2 packs that I would say, if I was going to take a very heavy load, it would be the Kifaru and the initial ascent, hands down. Other packs do a great job, so I'm not saying they don't. But if you're asking me what are the best 2 packs to carrying an extremely heavy load, I'm talking extremely heavy, Kifaru, initial ascent, take the prize there. Balance and rigidity. Initial ascent edges out Kifaru on that rigidity. You know, when I'm talking about that rigidity and like how the pack, like when you're under load and you've got everything tightly secured, this was my number 2 pack in the test. The initial ascent is a little bit broader, and when you secure everything to it, I mean, it fits like a brick up against your back. The Kifaru is phenomenal. Again, number 2 in the test. And when you start pushing on this pack, like it has this bar right here, kind of a carbon stay that keeps it from squishing in. You cannot bend this pack down when you put pressure on it. And, but when you have it does have a little bit of flex, you know, which you can probably see like, you know, this way and this way, which actually is great because when you're walking or hiking, moving, going under something, all of that stuff, that little bit of torsion flex feels great. So Kifaru, again, on handling a heavy load, came out at number 2. Handling kind of that balance and how rigid it is was number 2 as well. Breathability. You know, it's like, how much are you sweating when you wear this pack and how much air is getting to you? They could use a little bit of work on the breathability. Is it bad? No. Again, all these packs are phenomenal. There is a nice air channel that cuts right down the middle between here that you're, you know, but that's where you just have a ton of sweat anyway. When you take your pack off after carrying a heavy load, you will feel that air hit that right away because you are definitely sweating in this pack. One of the ways that I feel like they could maybe improve there is, you know, some of the other pack systems, their padding doesn't come all the way down between the lumbar pad. This pretty much touches your lumbar pad, which prevents some of the air from getting in underneath and then circulating up. But breathability came out at 5. Waist belt, something about like the ease of closing it. This one is as simple. When you grab this and secure, it pulls real nice and tight. Came out is like on the ease of the waist belt, came out equal with several that were number 1. Yeah, the only waist belt that I do not like when you're cinching it up and trying to go, is actually the initial ascent one. The initial ascent one, for some reason, you pull and it kind of goes right back to where it was, and you pull again, and like it takes a couple like pull with my left, pull with my right, pull, and before it like cinches up. All the other packs in the test, as soon as I grab them and pull towards the front, you get it nice and tight. You just have to do it one time, and it is locked. It's not sliding, it's not slipping, it's not moving on you while you're on your hunt or while you're hiking in. This and the EXO pack are the two most comfortable waist belts for me. This is actually one of the most critical things and one of the reasons why I own so many packs. I have had massive issues hiking in with heavy loads where carrying the packs in, I'll throw one of the packs under the bus unintentionally, but the first year that I hiked in, had about 60, 70 pounds on a QU pack. I used their small medium, which is what it told me to use based on a 34 or under waist size. I was like, oh man, my hips are killing me when I got to the top. I didn't think that, I never checked them. I just figured like, okay, it's heavy and my hips are sore and it's tired and it hurts. But what actually happened was when I finally got to the top and was ready to unpack camp, I unbuckled, took the pack off, and then I had to go to the bathroom. So I go to the bathroom and I'm unzipping my pants. And when I pulled at my pant line and underwear, it had actually rubbed me so raw. I was bleeding on my hips and the blood had dried and it was all like crusted to my hips. I know that's like super gross and disgusting, but I will tell you, that has led me to purchase multiple suspensions, multiple packs, because I was like, I have got to find a solution that works better. I still will run a QU pack. I have changed to the larger waist belt size, which has helped tremendously. They went to their Pro suspension over their previous ones, and I had actually both the Icon suspension as well as the Ultra suspension. I just found their new Icon or their new Pro suspension is definitely better, and getting the larger size was a major game changer for me. But with all that said, going too long, this suspension, the way that it fits around your waist, the thickness of the pads, the thickness of how much, surface area, does it slip and slide down your back? They did a great job with the lumbar support system and the texture on it. It really doesn't slide. It doesn't move. Once you have this secured, it stays in place. Again, it carries a heavy load great. It doesn't give me any of that discomfort on my hips from rubbing me raw, all of that. So this one was as comfortable as it gets. When it comes to lower back and lumbar support, this was ranked at the top as well, number one. After a long hike with a heavy load, this pack came out on top, was the number one, where my lower back didn't really have any lower back pain. So that actually goes a long way, because if you come back from a heavy hike and you have to go hunt again the next day, it's going to be a problem if you're not able to sleep or you're dealing with a lot of back pain. Kifaru, for some reason, I haven't done extensive hunts or testing. I've never done a multi-day pack system. I've only done testing with this pack. And in the testing process, this one came out number one. Shoulders came out as number two on comfort. It was the second most comfortable shoulder strap system. It was the number one most comfortable on my neck. Sometimes when I finish a pack, I'm like, oh my gosh, my neck is so sore, and like turning left or right. Kifaru was the most comfortable. Here's another one, shooting. Kifaru came out at number three for me. I think it may be, and what I'm talking about shooting, I did not shoot this with a rifle. I only shot this with a bow. So I had it packed down with weight, went outside, took reps shooting, and just felt like, how does it feel when I come to full draw? So if I'm actively hiking in and I come across an animal, I have my bow on me and I have not taken my pack off, how does it feel to shoot with this pack on? For me, this one came out at number three, the third best in the test. I had a category for noise, because sometimes packs are a little bit noisy. I have found sometimes under different loads that you can have squeaks and things going on with your pack. Since I don't really have a measurable way to determine noise, and all these packs have different levels of use, I'm eliminating noise as far as the category goes. Crib attachment. Each of these has their own kind of variations of like, how do you attach meat? You know, this, you do have space between the packs where you can load meat in. It does connect at the bottom, so if you don't have a specific crib, you can connect it in the Kifaru. You know, the Mod Deuce, one of the things I really like is with this bag is, you know, you've got this attachment that attaches to the frame. And what you'll notice is this comes out about a third of the way up the pack, which is where you want to carry your weight. When you've got a heavy bowl or a big heavy load that you're carrying out and you've got that squeeze between your pack and the frame, you don't want that heavy part sitting all the way at the base or sitting right there at your butt. You want it up above your hip bones, in between your shoulder blade and hip bones. That's where you want the heavy, the bulk of your weight. This Mod Deuce pack, when it's connected to the frame, has this shelf that will help elevate that so it's not all the way at the bottom, which some of the other packs in this test don't do. So as far as the crib and load shelf that the Kifaru has, they have so many different options. It's gonna vary from pack to pack and accessories that you use, but I put them as number 3 because they have thought it through how you carry weight, how heavy the weight is, and where it's distributed on your body. The Kifaru kicks butt. It's a great pack. Last thing, durability, any points of concern. Without really running them through rigorous testing in all sorts of environments, in looking through the Kifaru and using it, there's absolutely nothing on this pack that I have a concern about. The wear and tear factor, I think this is gonna be a super durable pack. If you have any issues, call Kifaru. They take care of their customers. Phenomenal company. So no points of concern in terms of durability. Are you going to have failure points? Is it possible that a pack fails? Obviously, yes. Do I have any concern with this pack that it's going to fail on you in the field? Absolutely not. Overall, phenomenal pack. Expensive, definitely at the top of the list for comfort and durability and weight management. Let's get to the second pack. We have made the AKEK pack the official pack of the Western Hunter League inside the HuntLeague app. So if you're watching this, this is a special announcement. You can get the AKEK pack, which is the backpack of choice for the Western Hunt League. We're including that in the prize package. So if you win the Western Hunter, which is basically any hunts that you're logging between Montana and New Mexico and to the west, for primarily big game animals. So we're talking elk, we're talking deer, mountain goats, sheep, moose, those type of animals. Those are a part of the Western Hunt League. If you're a big time Western hunter, I want to invite you to come in, join the league, share your story, compete with buddies and friends, download the HuntLeague app. Thank you for sticking with us during this pack review video.